At 15 years old, a boy in Madeira underwent heart surgery to save his life. 26 years later, that same person walked onto a pitch in Dallas at 41 years old, holding an active record of 976 professional goals. He left that pitch in Texas without a World Cup trophy, yet the statistical volume he built over 2 decades remains fixed in the record books. Sports science defines a rigid timeline for physical performance. Muscles break down, recoveries, and athletic mortality eventually grounds every player. One athlete looked at this biological expiration date and refused to slow down. He adapted his play style and conditioned his body to outrun the standard aging process for 20 consecutive years. Ronaldo's career represents a 20-year experiment in biological preservation, built on a total rejection of standard human limitations. In his youth, he swept these narrow streets in Funchal to help his family survive. At 15, a diagnosis of tachycardia, an irregular heartbeat, threatened to end his football career before he ever signed a professional contract. He chose emergency laser surgery to correct the rhythm. Within days of leaving the hospital, he was back on the training pitch. By 17, he had broken into the Sporting CP first team. His raw speed and erratic dribbling caught the attention of scouts during a 2003 preseason match that would change his trajectory. That performance earned him a move to Manchester United. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, he entered a league that favored physicality and direct contact over individual flair. He responded by spending hours in the gym, trading his chaotic winger tricks for explosive power and mechanical efficiency in front of the goal. This transformation was a calculated move to ensure survival. He realized that to maintain elite performance, he had to build a body capable of absorbing the punishment of the professional game. In 2009, he arrived at the Santiago Bernabeu and transitioned into a high-volume scoring specialist designed for maximum efficiency. He moved away from the touchline to operate centrally, prioritizing high-percentage scoring opportunities over the flamboyant play of his youth. This chart compares 450 goals against 438 match appearances. At Real Madrid, he averaged over 1 goal per game, defying existing statistical models. That output fueled an era of dominance, securing 4 Champions League titles in just 5 seasons. As his speed naturally declined, he moved to Italy and then the Middle East, becoming a specialized box operator who relied on positioning and movement inside the penalty area. By continuously recalibrating his game to match his aging biology, he maintained a high scoring volume across 3 of the world's most demanding leagues. This obsession with adaptation led him to the 2026 World Cup. At 41 years old, he was the focal point of an attack in a tournament dominated by players in their early 20s. This timeline tracks a record of longevity. By scoring in 2026, he became the first person to find the net in 6 different World Cup editions, a 20-year scoring streak at the highest level of international competition. The run ended in the round of 16. A late goal by Spain silenced the Dallas stadium, sending him to his knees on the turf. After 20 years of resisting the decline of his own body, the physical reality of the sport finally asserted itself. A single structural fracture in a defense renders 2 decades of preparation irrelevant. The tournament cares only for the result of the current 90 minutes. In the aftermath of the Dallas exit, many focused on the one empty space in his trophy cabinet, arguing that a career without a World Cup is somehow diminished. The missing trophy is not a mark of failure. It is the evidence that the laws of physics eventually apply to everyone. However, the data recorded over 20 years is difficult to ignore. He leaves behind 35 senior trophies and 5 Ballon d'Or awards. The final tally stands at 146 international goals for Portugal and an official total of 976 career goals across all competitions. By combining obsessive physical conditioning with constant biomechanical refinement, he changed the baseline for what athletes can achieve in their 5th decade. The fairy tale ending was denied, but the 20-year matrix he built remains a permanent part of the record books. To keep watching in-depth sports analysis, subscribe to the Playbook.